Well, more than 200 people have been killed in Iraq in less than a week, as fears grow that the latest surge in violence is seeing the country slide into civil war. Gayane Chichakyan looks at the Iraq war legacy and why the U.S. prefers glory to regrets.
Major combat operations in Iraq have ended. In the Battle of Iraq, the United States and our allies have prevailed.
President George W. Bush delivered the message on May 1st, 2003, a declaration of success followed by years of bloody war.
When Bush made that speech, I was in the military in public affairs. That was the stated mission, liberation and freedom for Iraqis. And it didn't seem to me like that was happening because there was all this violence that was perpetuated by our presence.
4 years after this speech, as many Americans in the whole world saw Iraq as a quagmire, Washington decided to send in 20,000 more troops. That surge cost the U.S. the lives of more than 1,000 soldiers and many billions of dollars of taxpayers' money. On his deathbed, Iraq war veteran Thomas Young wrote a letter to George W. Bush and Dick Cheney.
And I want them to admit that was both a huge blunder and a terrible lying.
In the church of American politics, sometimes even doubting success can be perceived as blasphemous. That's been true for the Iraq surge, even today.
Were you correct or incorrect when you said that the surge would be the most dangerous foreign policy blunder in this country since Vietnam? Were you correct or incorrect? Yes or no?
My reference to the surge being the most dangerous.
Senator Hagel? The question is, were you right or wrong?
My answer is, I'll defer that judgment to history.
I think history has already made a judgment about the surge, sir, and you're on the wrong side of it.
Chuck Hagel's reference to Vietnam was not uncalled for. Years into the Vietnam War, even as most Americans saw the involvement there as a mistake, thousands of U.S. troops continued to die because Washington didn't want to admit it.
Someone has to die so that President Nixon won't be, and these are his words, the first president to lose a war.
Supporters of President Bush say history will treat him more kindly regarding Iraq. But the history that is being lived by Iraqis today is one that has neither peace nor security in a country ripped apart by terror, sectarian violence, and fears of a looming civil war. In Washington, I'm Gayane Chichakyan.